Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, Kentrell LeGrew and Daniel Gallimore? Hope you well, hope you well, hope you well. Sorry, I just gonna have to talk for a couple minutes before people come on to the live because I just put it up. I should be putting these things up earlier so you had time to set your alarms and all of that, but I didn't do it. What's going on, Vi Ferrer? What's going on with your brother? How you feeling, man? Hope you well. Sorry about missing yesterday, man. Had to take my wife to the doctor. She had a doctor's appointment, so I couldn't go on yesterday. So I'm on today. What's going on to my guy Kelvin Graham? Good morning. E Snooty, what's going on, sir? Evans Entertainment. Good. I'm just gonna sit here and talk about this. Gervonta Davis, Jake Paul. Is it real or not? I am not believing that it's real. I'm gonna tell you right now. I do not believe it, and I have good reason not to believe it. McQuan Brown, what's going on, sir? Alex Smith, what's up? The Greg's Boxing Network. Dan Caban, what's going on? JC Cowboys Network, what's going on? Yes. So, I have gotten what's going, sir? What's up? What's going on? Bank Hayes in the building. Look. Every party to this announcement has said not to believe what the media said. I don't. What's my guy's name? Leonard Ellerby said, retweeted the guy, the CEO. What's going on? He said it's a beautiful day in the haterhood. Oh, it is, man. I don't believe it. I think that that's a media plant, bro. Dog, look, bro, I'm not trying. Don't fuck that shit. Do not talk about boycotting shit. I do not believe shit until Gervonta Davis's team says what it is. Not gonna lie. Mike Coppinger posted, so I hope it's not true. Look, man. Look what I got. Now, look. There's a guy named Ken Boucheri who works for the PBC. Ken Boucheri from the PBC. Let me get this. Said not to believe it. Look, I don't even know if it's going to happen or not. Hey, Fanon, this your boy Hot Sauce coming to you from California. How you doing this morning? Oh, man, that's what's up, man. Is that the real Hot Sauce? The basketball, your boy Hot Sauce. What's up, Mike Saucer? How you doing, brother? So Jake ducked AJ. Look, man, I don't know what's going on. Netflix even said it. Also, I don't know, man. At this point, Tank need to say something. Look, all I know is that I read the article. Hey, I don't know, man. It's tough to say it's not going to happen when you got a bunch of stuff putting it in the press. However, when the PBC said not to believe it, and so did Leonard Ellerby. So I don't know what else I don't know what to say. I've seen stuff that was up. It's hard for me to believe that these guys have, first of all, there's something at that arena on that day. But hey, man, stranger stuff stopped, man. Looks like Tank is on his way out of boxing. If this is true, good for him. Hey, man, look, if the fight happens, I don't like the fight. State Farm Arena updated their site to show it on Friday, the 14th. Oh, they did? Okay, well, then I don't understand why they're saying ESPN ran with it and posted, which is surprising as if they usually. I read the article. Let me read the article. Hey, look, man, I'll go. Look, if it's true, it's true. But all I know is I'm very confused as to why Kenneth Boucheri says not to believe these this media and their sources. Like, for real, that's what the PBC spokesman says. Like, I don't know what to say about it. But he's literally saying that it's not. Look, it's the dude saying it's not true. Ken Busheri. Hold on. Actually, you know what? This shit is gonna happen, bro. I don't understand what. See, he reposted Tank and Jake and Tank was always the plan for 2025 and discussions for Jake. Yeah, this shit's gonna happen, bro. Okay, so I don't understand what stop listening to these media members and their fake sources and imaginative narratives. At the same time, real facts on here are the real facts. It's really there. Yeah, they're doing it. The biggest name will cash on November 14th. Yep, it's there. It's shit's real. Let me change this title because that shit is absolutely real. Man, I don't like it at all, bro. I don't like it. Hold on. It is some BS. I don't like it. Let me go ahead and put that there. Yeah. Okay. So I'm clarifying. They're definitely reporting like this is 100% a go. So no, bro. I don't really like this. I don't really like the fight. I wish they weren't doing it. Yeah, it's definitely happening. I just looked. I don't understand what they're saying about the fake narratives. When they're saying the fake narratives, it must be something talking about something related to, I don't know, but it's probably going to be a lot of money. It's probably going to be a lot of money. I don't know whether it's going to be an exhibition. Don't know whether it's going to be a fight. Just don't know what all the details of it are. I don't know how many millions he's getting. I have not asked. More than he would have got fighting Lamont Roach. Tank is cashing out. What else could it be? It looks like a cash out, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It looks like a cash app. It looks like a cash out. It does. It does, unless he says something to the other. If it's just an exhibition, and it's a very high-paid exhibition, I mean, he's just going for the money. But anyway, we'll get your thoughts on it. I don't like the fight. Don't like the fight. Don't like the fight. So what? Boxing Commission is going to sanction a 220-pound fighter and a 135-pound fighter. I don't know if it's even going to be a I don't know if it's going to be an exhibition or whether it's going to be a regular fight. The question is, are they going to strip Gervonta Davis for fighting him? Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. PBC definitely can't pay Tank this type of money. So cash out and move out the way. If it's not going to be. It's an exhibition. Yeah, I mean, if he's going to, it depends on how much money he's going to get for an exhibition. And if he's going to get stripped of his title. I hope he doesn't get stripped. It's a BS exhibition. A few boxers are saying for a rumored amount, they would do an exhibition. 3 10, and it's supposed to be 3 10-minute rounds. What? 3 10-minute rounds? 3 10-minute rounds? Yeah, it's some BS though, man. It's a cash grab. That's just a cash grab. Man, I was hoping that shit was not true, bro. Man, I was hoping it wasn't true. Hoping it wasn't true. Wow, for now, that's a crazy. I agree with you. I don't like it either, man. I don't know if it's an exhibition. I guess we just have to wait. And man, yeah, I don't like it, bro. Phoenix C Assassin says, I doubt he gets stripped. No, I don't like this shit. I really don't like this. I don't like this fight. I was just hoping this shit wasn't true. Like, please, but then, God dog, man. 3-10, 3-minute rounds. He's not going to go 10. That's a professional fight. White Street him. They didn't strip Ali or Lewis when their champs did exhibitions and they weren't stripped. I don't know, man. They're not going to strip him because other people have done exhibitions. He might make history. Make history doing what? I have no idea how much Gervonta Davis is getting for this fight. I have no idea. I don't know if it's a pay-per-view, if they're giving it away for free. I have no idea. He said, I've been in LA since Tuesday, so I've been avoiding the walk of shame. Look, man, I ain't no shame for me. I don't take any shame off with some other man, with somebody else does. You know? Phoenix Assassin says, I love the drama that it's causing. I don't. Is it free on Netflix or does Netflix have pay-per-view? If Paul was like that, was like 160 or 168, it wouldn't be so bad. No, look, I mean, it's just a bad, I don't know why you would want it. It's just the money. That's the only possible thing. It's free, then they're paying a lot of money for that fight. As a Tank fan, I'm disappointed. He should rematch Roach. It's looking like a duck right now. He could have rematched Roach, then fought Paul after. There's no, well, first of all, if he's going to get more money for Roach, for Paul, than he's going to get Roach, he's not going to do one before the other. That's just mathematics, bro. E. Snooty said, for all disappointed boxing fans, this is a joke. Yes, it is. It's not a boxing match, bro. It's a freak show. Barbara Davis, good morning, said Super Chat Thursday. Thank you, Barbara. No, it's a jerk. It's a Ali did an exhibition fight. George Foreman fought 5 guys the same night in an exhibition in 1975. Yeah, I know, but it's still, I still don't want to see all these. I still don't want to see the exhibition fight. Barbara D, thank you so much for your support. I want to see real boxing matches. I want to see real boxing matches. So I am disappointed in this fight. However, at the same time, I will not deny that I do have a little bit of hater in my blood, because Breakfast Club said this morning, said Tank's getting $40 million. That is twice what he would get. That is twice what he would get for Lamont Roach, all things considering. 40 million for Tank, for Jake Paul. Man, that's a lot of money, bro. Now look, bro. Fahim Sator, who woke up 6 o'clock in the morning to harass me. Dudes now have officially let Jake Paul infiltrate boxing. Dog, he's been infiltrated boxing, bro. He's actually a boxer, though. So, you know, it is what it is. He's a bitch for this fight, though. I can't lie, dog. I can't lie, bro. I don't understand why somebody, if he thinks he's a real fighter, he's probably going to fuck around and get hurt, bro. Man, hold on one second. Hey, Ralph Chestnut in the building. Channel support for my guy. Thank you, brother. Said, I heard. Thank you so much to my guy, Ralph Chestnut. Man, I've got to get this going. Jake Paul said he wanted Canelo, and Canelo played him, so he's determined to outsell him. Could be. Could be. Look, I don't like the fight. I am going to flat out tell you, I don't like this fight. I don't like it. However, it is what it is. I don't even want, I mean, of course, Tank is going to outbox Jake Paul. Jake Paul is not going to be able to catch him. Jake Paul's not going to be able to hit him. Gervonta is going to fuck around and hit him in the gut, make him shit himself or something. I mean, I ain't worried about the fight itself. The fight itself is going to be like, it's not a fight. You know what I mean? What up, D? However, I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to shoot bullets at the kid for going off to make $40 million because we have because the media supported Jake Paul in all that Jake Paul did. Okay? Jake Paul had a pass to do this shit. So please do not get all pissed off that I'm not going to get, I'm not going to get super upset about this shit. I don't like it, but I'm not about to talk about Gervonta Davis like a dog. I'm not about to do any of that shit because you guys were old, not you, not probably not specific people. But look, man, Y'all were let Francis Ngannou fight Tyson Fury for the heavyweight championship of the world. You know what I'm saying? The haters are loving this. It proves them right he said it proves them right in my opinion. I mean, they were right about that fight. They were right about that, Barbara, that's for sure. Fact, it's pointless. It is what it is. Tank, anyway, look, man, I'm not going to get too mad at the dude for getting the money. However, I am going to tell y'all, man, that this is what is this shit? Like, I'm trying to think of a good way to explain my true feelings of this. Tank is a guy that is a hell of a fight. I don't care, nigga. Who cares, bro? I don't care. Good. I hope the nigga has an aneurysm. No, I don't. That's a joke. Look, man, I don't like the fight. But let's not act like whole lot of people have not been supporting this celebrity bullshit for a while. You guys have been supporting this celebrity horse shit for a while. You guys have been on the money. You've been on the money train for a minute. Gervonta Davis decides to cash out and go grab him a bucket of that money. And he's going to get $40 million, and that shit is not going to be in cryptocurrency. It's going to be a flush $40 million bucks. Okay? $40 million. So what we are rewarding and what we have decided as a group of people to reward is not boxers that are out there fighting and hurting each other. It's the ones that are being the smartest, the one that can find the gimmick that is going to get them the bag. You know what I mean? So we are in the chase the bag era 100% now. All right? For now, it all boils down to Tank not having to kiss ass to get money. Oh, in the words of, what about Lamont? Oh, no. What about Lamont Roach and his family? Lamont Roach fucked up. Lamont can fight Shakur. There had nothing happened to Lamont Roach's family. He got paid. Shakur, look, Fahim, you're not going to successfully hate on Gervonta Davis around me, Fahim. You can try all you want. I really don't like when people try to throw words in my face, Fahim. So I would appreciate it if you would stop. You've already sent me 3 texts that I responded to at 6 o'clock in the morning, dog. No, you're getting the fuck on if you don't beat it, bro. You're not going to be successful in this, Fahim. You're harassing me at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning about a fight that somebody's having that I don't even fucking like, Fahim. I don't like the fucking fight, Fahim. No, it's bullshit, nigga. I've said I don't like the fucking fight, Fahim. How many times I got to tell you I don't like the fucking fight, Fahim? You got to go talk to somebody else. I don't like the fucking fight, Fahim. I don't like it. I don't know how many ways I got to tell you the same fucking thing. I don't like the fucking fight, Fahim. How many times? You're not going to be able to troll me on this, bro. I don't like the fight, bro. I don't fucking like the fight. For the 15th, 20th time, I'm not fucking spinning. I don't like the fucking fight. How many more times, bro? You want me to type the shit? You want me to send you a letter? You want me to send you an email or something? How many times I got to tell you the same thing, bro? I don't like the fight. I told you I don't like the fight. 15 more times? Is that enough to tell you I don't like the fight? What do you want me to do? How much more clear can I be? I don't like the fight. What else? How much more? You're going to have to find somebody else to troll, bro. I don't like the fight, Fahim. I'm going to say it 10 more times. I don't like the fight, Fahim. I don't want him to fight him, Fahim. I wish it wasn't happening, Fahim. This is a bad fight, Fahim. He's ducking Lamont Roach, Fahim, to get more money, Fahim. What do you want me to do, Fahim? How many more times I got to say the same thing? Like, for real, bro. Don't act like you don't understand what I'm saying just so you can try to get a jog out of me, bro. You making a guess that I'm not going to be direct. I don't like the video. I don't like the video. I mean, I don't like the fight, Fahim. Is that clear? I mean, for real. Is that clear? Or do I have to say it another 20 times? I don't want him to fight him, Fahim. This is a bullshit fight, Fahim. He shouldn't be fighting Jake Paul, Fahim. For real, how many more times, bro? Do I got to say the same thing? Spin master? That shit ain't no spin. Bro, I'm talking to you at 6 a.m, bro, friendly as shit before the show. And you want to act like I'm going to spin, bro. I haven't spun anything, dog. You just want to make an accusation that's not true because you're a Shakur Stevenson fan, bro. You're a Shakur Stevenson fan. Go talk to the dudes that are going to spin because I didn't spin. I don't like the fight. And both of my videos that I made about it, I assumed it wasn't true. In both videos I made yesterday, I assumed that the news was not true. Now, can we move on, Fahim? Or are you going to ask me again what I think about the fight and tell me how I'm going to spin for Gervonta Davis? Seriously. Anybody else? Anybody else going to ask me the same thing? I didn't like the fight. Nigga, the hurt ain't real. Beat it. I get annoyed by shit like that. I told you I don't like the fight. I don't. But Gervonta Davis did not make up to get back on the topic. Gervonta Davis did not make up celebrity boxing matches, bro. Okay? He did not make up celebrity boxing matches. Celebrity boxing matches and boxing matches and exhibitions have been around for a long time, bro. Vi Ferreira said, put up a banner. I don't like the fight. Like, you're just assuming that I'm some type of dude that is not going to tell you the truth just because the truth is something I don't like. I don't like that he's doing this. Seriously, bro. I don't understand why you think that you got a little tuck to harass me for a decision that Gervonta Davis made. Like, I try to be peaceful, man. I'm trying to be peaceful. I'm trying to be nice. Bro, don't try to come on here and use some situation with somebody else to try to dig at me and tell me that I'm going to spin. You can't wait to see my spin. I'm a straight shooter, bro. I don't spin. Just because you niggas don't like what I have to say doesn't mean that I'm spinning it. Again, I haven't liked any of these celebrity matchups. I haven't liked them. And the difference between the celebrity ones and the ones that Ali did and the ones Jake Paul are doing is that they are treating them like they are real fights. Yeah, I'll get to super chats in a second, man. Let me finish this real quick. Yeah, so that fight is official. But I don't know. It's an exhibition. So he has an exhibition. And Fahim, I was telling you the whole time about Lamont Roach. I was. Why do you acting like Lamont Roach isn't good enough to have a fight? That's, Fahim, what I meant by that. Why are you misusing my quotes, Fahim? You even misused my quotes. Because when I said that, I was talking about people that wouldn't allow him to have a fight. I supported Lamont Roach in having a fight. And I would support Lamont Roach in having this fight. But Lamont Roach can go get another fight. And he's going to have to go get another fight. But I also told you that Lamont Roach needed to shut his fucking mouth up. Lamont Roach needed to stop talking so much shit. Because Gervonta Davis very well may decide you talk too much shit, I'm going to go fight somebody else. That's something else I said about Lamont Roach and how Lamont Roach needs to stop before he fucks around and doesn't get the fight. And I don't know what decision-making process Gervonta Davis went in. But I know that Lamont Roach was acting like he was all the shit, and he didn't get the fight. Now he got to go fight Shakur or something. That's what I said, Fahim. I'm a very honest person, bro. I'm a very straightforward person. You don't have to try to claim that I'm being dishonest, dog. I don't like that shit because these other dudes are dishonest. Anyway, I'd appreciate that, bro. That ain't right, bro. Tank made 50 for Ryan. He'll get 100 for Jake. Jesus. Kerr gonna handle Lamont. Don't worry. Oh, I don't have any doubt on that. LeVar says, I'm the biggest Shakur fan in the world, and I want to see him fight Tank, but anybody boxer has a chance to make 40 million, go get it, but I don't like the fight. Yeah, I don't like the fight. Like, for real, I don't like the fight. This shit, this is one thing I don't like about talking boxing. I don't like when people try to, like, make you eat crow on some shit you never said. It's like, Fahim, you wanted to make me eat crow. There ain't no crow to eat, bro. Nah, bro. Every time I criticize Tank, y'all pull Shakur. Hell nah, dog. You talking to somebody else, Fahim. I'm being very clear, Fahim. I don't like this fight. I don't like it. I am not going to be trying to sell it. I'm not telling people to support it. I'm not doing any of that. I am telling you that this is a fight that I don't like, Fahim. So I don't know what else I can do. I am not Claymore Stain, okay? I am not those dudes. I am not just going to be telling you whatever I want to tell you just because, oh, yeah, this is the time to do it. 2 Cents said, if you did like it, so what? If I did like it, I would say I like it. Now watch this. If I did like it, I would say that I like it. I will tell you this, though. That boy just went and got his money. Hey, Easy Company 5061. Is it okay for me to talk about Devin suing his baby mama yet? Hey, put a 1 in the chat if it is okay for me to talk about Devin suing his baby mama. Because I want to talk about Devin suing his baby mama for a little while we in this conversation about Gervonta, bro. Tomorrow's live video is I don't like the fight, bro. Yeah, bro. Devin Haney. I have to do this for a second because Fahim. Look, man. Devin Haney is the softest Negro ever. This dude is trying to intimidate his baby mama, who filed a temporary restraining order on him by filing a goddamn lawsuit for extortion. Nigga, it's your baby mama. What do you mean extortion? It's your baby's mother. You're the father of the baby. Extortion. She wants money from you. That's your baby mama. That's your baby mama. You're suing her for acting like a baby mama. You can't sue a woman for acting like a baby. You cannot sue your baby mama for acting like a baby mama. When you get a baby mama, she's going to take your money and she is going to emotionally distress you. The fuck, man? No, he didn't put his hands on his baby mama. Hey, no, he did not put his hands on his baby's mama. That's why the shit got thrown out. No, he did not. But Devin is accused of punching his pregnant girlfriend on multiple occasions. So anyway, no, Tank did not. And so what? Look, if Tank did do that, that has nothing to do with Devin suing his baby mama for emotional distress. Okay? Why do you guys think that just because you criticize Tank, that somehow takes away from what your guy did? I blame his daddy Bill. He needs to fire him. No, sir, I blame Devin. I blame Devin for this. Man, dude, we got to read the case again. I don't know if he said she struck him on 2 different occasions. I think one of them was, and you got to go read it for yourself. I think it was, I don't remember the specifics. Devin should get tested for after attending any pool party with Diddy. It's funny. Yes, pregnant, and he punched and kicked her in the stomach. Look, man. Look, man. I rock with Gervonta Davis. I really, really do. I rock with Gervonta Davis. I do. I know why he did this shit, and I don't agree with why he did it, but I know why he did it. It is a big fuck you to everybody. Gervonta Davis just said, fuck y'all, I'm going to show you. Okay? That's what he did. I can see it in his mind. Fuck you. I'm about to get my money. Easy check. But God dog, man. Can you guys do me a favor? Can you leave Jaron Ennis alone? Can you not criticize Jaron Ennis for every single solitary thing that Jaron Ennis does? Will you please? The next fighter coming up, bro. Would you mind not criticizing him for any and everything that they do? Please. Because you know what people do after a while? They just get a big case of fuck it. And then they say, you know what? I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. I'm just going to go make the most money I can possibly make and fuck y'all. Because you guys are absolutely terrible people and I'm sick of you. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, it will make the most proud person sit down and say, you know what, man? I'm just going to play the game. I'm sick of these people. I'm going to play the game. You guys are over there claiming Turkey Al-Sheikh is paying you all his money and how I'm not getting any money and how, the PBC's going broke and all that. I've already had the biggest actual fight in years. Let me go ahead and make another really big fight because I like 40, 50, 60, 80, $100 million. Why don't I just go get all that money in one night and I don't have to bother with you guys complaining about me fighting Lamont Roach. And then when I do fight Lamont Roach acting like a fucking prima donna 5 minutes later. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I know during the entire time that we talked about this Lamont Roach thing, I was saying, bro, Lamont Roach is going to talk his way up out of this fucking fight. And apparently he did. Kamal said Devin and Bill and Devin, the dream team. Haney, terrible, bro. Terrible, bro. And Easy Company 506. Thank you for your support, bro. Thank you for your support. No, I'm not making any excuses. Now, Fahim, if you do not understand what I'm saying, then you can just be silent about it. I'm not spinning it. What I'm telling you is that there is reasons that human beings do shit. So the next guy, give them their fucking credit in a regular boxing match so they don't go do some cornball shit and get money because they don't give a fuck about you no more, Fahim. Okay? Your boy Shakur Stevenson would do the same thing in a fucking heartbeat, Fahim. Shakur Stevenson. What? Crawford was ducking who? Hey, Big Dog Willie, what did I tell you? Now, this is a dude that was right. Big Dog Willie, I tell you, Jake Paul versus Tank, since the news has been released, been knowing about this fight since May. I just couldn't say it. Hey, man, I think, unfortunately, that you're right. Anyway, so he's fighting Manning too. Who's fighting Manning? Look, but I got to get back to Fahim. Fahim, I am allowed to explain why I think something that I don't like happened. Okay? I think I got to put a smile on my fight. Said, but your ass said it 1,000 times. Manny and Big Dog Willie said Manny in the spring. I'm already back. First of all, I'm already back on it. Fahim, I'm already back on the Gervonta topic, dog. Fahim, should be a day that you should be able to win. You're losing. Fahim, I'm already back on Gervonta Davis talking about it. You just said, I'm not even talking about it. You just responded to me making excuses. Was I making any excuses or was I getting off the topic, Fahim? Which one is it, Fahim? Fahim, I know you mad the Tank is getting his money, dog. Let's talk about your anger, dog. Let's talk about your anger, Shakur. Devin is distressed about providing. Devin is distressed about providing for his baby mother. What the fuck? No, what Devin said was that by filing and asking for a restraining order, that she was doing damage to his reputation, so he was defaming him. They put defamation in there too. These niggas have no idea what defamation is. You have to go through discovery, and if it's her word against your word, dog, they're not going to get you for defamation if she was there and she's attesting to it. You would have to have somebody else there, and you have to prove that she knows what she's saying is not true. That is a dumbass lawsuit. I'm not going to spend much time on them trying to bully a pregnant woman with a lawsuit, fiend. If you think I'm going to miss out on telling you these, I know it. I already said duck, Fahim. God dang, duck. Fahim. I said, this is a duck of Lamont Roach. This is a duck. Absolutely, I believe this is a duck. If he does not fight Lamont Roach, I think that is a duck. I don't know how much clearer I can be, bro. Breaking news, Devin Haney's wife hires Gloria Allred. Oh, she's a dead man. Hey, and she'll do that shit for free. Gloria Aldridge is probably behind that shit to begin with. Like, yeah, sue me so I can counter your ass, counter sue you for some shit. Fahim, why are you mad because Tank is getting a huge bag from an exhibition? Roaches don't go anywhere. Hey, man, seriously though. In a 14-second video, Devin was seen forcibly grabbing. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. You busy. Fuck out of here, nigga. Get the fuck up out of here, dude. Goodbye. I know he grabbed. I know Gervonta Davis grabbed his baby mama by the collar. I know that. And that is a bad thing to do. Shame on you, Gervonta. Gervonta also has been seen with fingernail polish. Gervonta, I don't like the fingernail polish. Hey, Gervonta, hey, I get the real criticisms for Gervonta. I get them. But that has nothing to do with Bevy Pooh and these suing ass people that he's around. He sued Ryan Garcia. Now he sued his baby mama. Come on, man. You sued Ryan Garcia and you sued your baby mama. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Man up, dog. Man up. Shit goes wrong in life, dog. Shit goes wrong in life. That dude cheated you. Boom. Okay. Other people have been cheated. You get it back in the ring. You don't sue so you can get put on an undercard. Okay. My wife made me mad this morning. I'm not going to sue her for intentional infliction of emotional distress. My wife has done shit to me way worse. Way worse than the shit that you're describing. What are you talking about, man? But I got to, oh God. What is wrong with you, man? Devin, the lawsuit king of boxing, man. Oh my God, it's terrible, man. Terrible, 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 terrible. Look, man, I'll say ducked. I don't care. Look, my guy Hunter Young. Ryzilla Jones, what up, man? Hunter Young in the building said, I won't even say Tank ducked If this was like 10 million, I would consider it a duck. You don't duck at least a $40 million bag. Hey, look, I'm going to be consistent. Aren't you supposed to sue when you've been done wrong? No. You are not supposed to sue when you're done wrong. No. You're supposed to sue if it is a injury that's in the public interest to be redressed. I already just said it. No, you should not sue somebody for any and everything that takes place. You know why that? You know what will happen if you do that? The court system gets clogged. People call for tort reform. Tort reform gets rid of you because everybody is crying about the littlest thing. No, you go to the court of law when you have a serious issue that needs redress, not some normal ass dumb shit. If somebody scrapes your shoe, do you think you should go to court and sue them because they stepped on your foot, you fucking bozo? Do you think that somebody should go to court because somebody farted around you and you had to smell a bad fart? Is that really a harm that elevates to the level of you needing to seek redress in a court of law? No, there are people that are bullshit, overly litigious. And more than likely, Devin is doing it. More than likely, Devin is doing it to financially intimidate to financially intimidate probably a woman that's unemployed. So do you think big organizations should be able to sue you for any and everything that you do just because they got enough money to drag your ass through court? Get out of my face, Bill. Get out of my face, Bill. Yeah, if you broke your foot and you have some damage. Yeah, if you broke your foot, that means you got to go to the hospital. You got a bill. He should make you whole. But how do you make somebody whole for telling them to stop punching me in the stomach and stop? You got my baby earrings and I want you away from me. How do you? All she said was she wants a temporary restraining order. Oh, you're talking about Garcia? Oh, no worry, 9 Mile player. I'm not talking about that. But no, hell no. Not in a boxing match. Not as pussy shit. You be suing people all the time, man. Come on, man. You're just trying to intimidate somebody with the legal process. Man, if anybody, Tank should sue for slander. Anyway, let me tell you what these guys are doing. They said that they're going to make a lot of money, and that's what they're going to do. The PBC, Gervonta Davis, they went for the biggest money. Fanon, what do you think this deal was done before the Roach fight? Hey, Flawless Mentality Elevation hosted by Dr. Mark. Devin Haney's the biggest fugazi in boxing for sure. I don't know what the weight class is going to be. It's going to be somewhere around 180 pounds. Who knows? I don't know. God, dog, don't put a. I mean, is it okay? Is it okay for Gervonta to put a rehydration clause on him? Barbara D said Devin is a crybaby. Yeah, Devin's a crybaby. It was said it was done before the Roach fight. All right, well, it's done before the Roach fight. Then it's not a duck. If it was done before the Roach fight, then it's not a duck because he already had a fight agreed to. It'll be a duck the next time if they were already contracted to do it. It was done before the Roach fight. Then he ain't got a choice. Oh, then, hey, Fahim, it's not a duck. Hey, then Fahim, it ain't a duck, bro. It ain't a duck. I should sue for slander. That's the person who should be suing for slander is the kid. Man, much love in this. Hey, thank you to everybody who supports on Super Chat Thursdays. It really is a crucial day in the chat. My guy, Malcolm Azzi. Hey, busy working, brother. Malcolm Allen in the building. Thank you for the $10 holler, brother. Hey, Fahim, I can't get out of here, Fahim. Fahim, If you tell me I'm spinning one more time, I'm going to start spinning, Fahim. Fahim, if you want me to spin it, I'm going to spin it, okay? If you want to see somebody spin something, I'm going to spin it. I don't spin, bro. I don't spin. I'm just speaking straight up facts. Lamont Roach ass just lost a lot of money. Unless Gervonta Davis gives him the fight after your boy. After. But, hey, Wilbur, hey, man, thank you, Burr 101. Thank you so much, man. Says some support, brother. Thank you, bro. Remember, Tank did say he had a big fight coming up and it was going to surprise everyone. Well, then it's not a duck, bro. Fahim. Hey, Fahim, if he already had a contract signed and an agreement with Jake Paul to fight in 2025, then it's not a duck. He was already obligated to fight. He was already obligated to another fight. What's William? Hey, what's going on, William Old School Art? That's just me being logical. If you already have another fight signed, then, hey, man, it is what it is. Adrian Bronner is not returning. Why did you lie? I did not lie. That was reported by Don King. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. That fight was Don King announced that fight. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's not a fight. That's an exhibition. Then it's definitely not a duck if it's an exhibition. Hey, Fahim. If it's I hate to break this to you. See, Fahim, you done played with the wrong guy. Fahim, if it's not a fight and it's an exhibition, then it's not a duck because he didn't fight somebody else. It's not a duck then, Fahim. I'm sorry. I tried to call it a duck until you kept talking. So now that you kept talking and you said it's a fight and not it's an exhibition and not a fight, then it's not a duck because he's not fighting somebody else. He's having an exhibition. If an exhibition is not going on his record, he's not putting his belt on the line. He's just doing it because he already had another agreement, then it's not a duck, bro. Okay? If that's what you want to keep doing. I've already said I can see it as a duck. But you want to keep pushing. So I'm going to go ahead and start spinning. Okay? I can take it. I can make an argument that it's not a duck if it's an exhibition. And I can also make an argument that it's not a duck if he'd already signed it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's if you want me to spin, Shakur. I mean, you want to, yeah, Shakur. I'm gonna call you Shakur, bro. I mean, look, bro. We're not looking for new people, man. Put it in the super chat. Yeah, bro. It's hard for me to accept this fight, especially him coming off a draw, bro. But I still wish Tank well, regardless. Get your money, and then his name will get better if he KOs. Hey, look, man. I don't like to fight. But just because I don't like the fight doesn't mean that I am not a Gervonta fan. I am a fan of Gervonta's. Man, let me tell you something, bro. Absolutely it is. More verbal sorcery. Your energy was way different when Fury tried to duck Wilder, and Wilder said way more. Nah. I already said it's a duck. What do you want me to fucking do? And yes, a bad example because Tyson Fury had a signed rematch clause for Deontay Wilder, man. Come on, Fahim. You got to chill out, bro. I don't want to do any verbal sorcery. I've already told you. I don't like the fight. I'll call it a duck. What else do you want, Fahim? You want me to cry? You want me to do what, man? Like, seriously, what do you want me to do? And I'm not going to do the shit because I've already told you. Fahim, Lamont roached himself out of win. Hey, now let me tell you something. Lamont Roach should have shut his fucking mouth, though. Now I'm gonna get back to what I want to say. Now I'm gonna get back to the things that I want to say. Lamont Roach, you should have shut your mouth the best you could. But Lamont Roach is probably never gonna get that fight. So back to nice said back to pro box undercards. Man, you shouldn't have acted all like that, dog. You should have kept your mouth shut. Maybe Tank would have said, let's push it to 2026 after I get this rematch done. But I don't like the fight, but I like the decision of Tank controlling without listening to the outside bullshit. That's true. I can agree with that. I can agree with it. But I'm not throwing a baby out with the bathwater, bro. It's a bad fight. I don't like it. Fanon, what happens to Roach's chunky, what is that? Chunky offer? Hey, man. Fahim. Hey, Fahim. Your boy better fight Lamont Roach next. Fahim. Shakur better fight Lamont Roach next, bro. The pullout banner said Tank managed to overshadow Turkey and Bud without saying a word. It's going to be a much bigger occasion, bro. That's why they mad. Hey, bro. That is now, can I do an Al Heyman? God dang that. For the PBC, that's a brilliant move. For the PBC, that is a brilliant move. The PBC just pulled a brilliant move. I gotta compliment Leonard Ellerby, Ken Brucheri, Al Heyman, and everybody else at the PBC for pulling this whammy once again. Because if they didn't do shit like this, put on really big fights, as big a fight as they can possibly put on, these dudes may go out of business. And they decided to put on the absolute biggest fight that they could possibly put on. And you can't blame the PBC for cutting a deal with Jake Paul instead of cutting a deal with an inappreciative little nigga from Pro Box. Oh man, my God, Fahim, I'm about to make you real mad. Bud about to get some neck and Bud about to get some neck and leg tattoos. Please, bro. Please don't. Seriously though, dog, that was a brilliant move by the PBC, man. Do you know how much more money they're gonna make off this shit? Man, if they got an undercard on this goddamn thing, Turkey can never put on a fight of this magnitude. No. And actually, dog, that's a big ass fight, bro. Who you got? Tank versus Jake. Tank. They're not gonna give a decision. They're just gonna make the money, bro. They're not gonna risk. First of all, the second Jake Paul really try to hit Gervonta, if Gervonta gets in inside of him, he's gonna crack that dude, man. That's a huge fight, bro. Fahim. Hey, Fahim, do you think it's a smart move? A smart business move? It's an astute business move. It is without a doubt the absolute best business decision that you could make would be to do what they're doing. I'm hoping Cool Boy and Frank Martin are on the undercard. Man, I hope everybody, but it's just going to be interesting to see, man. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. What's going on, Check? What's up, Check? Salute, Fanon. What's up, Check, Jason? Tank killed the noise. Yeah, man. That's a lot of money, bro. Like, now that I'm done telling you that I don't like that fight, I like the move by the PBC, though. I like the move by the PBC because this is going to bring in casual fans. Hell yeah. Hey, Atlanta finna be a movie. All the D-boys and BBLs coming out. You know that. Hey, 2 cents. 2 cents said, I love the business of this fight. Hey, they gonna be mad as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie, dog. Dog, these niggas about to make so much money, dog. It's gonna make these dudes sick. Oh, they're gonna make so much money, bro. They're gonna make so much money, man. They get to actually bring in the white people, bro. Do you understand that Jake Paul is about to bring in the white boy? Like, this is so fucking crazy. The optics of this fight. The optics of this fight, bro, are so crazy. Oh, man. Tug Boy's going to be out in Atlanta, too. Hell yeah, you know them. Man, you know they about to be out there. All Tank haters going to watch the fight. Bro, seriously, y'all going to be like real sick about this, man. Like, seriously. Like, behind the scenes. But first of all, SBC Fashion, what does the money do for me as a Tank fan? I want to see him fight the best. Look, bro, what does it do for you? It don't do shit for you. What does it do for you? Nothing. If you're a Tank fan, it don't do shit for you. Only thing it does for me is make me happy that all you fucking haters got to watch this dude make all this damn money for real, and there ain't going to be no net. Ain't going to be no net profit payments. Ain't going to be no cryptocurrency shit. Hey, man, what it's going to do is I'm going to have some fun with this shit. I swear, man, I've changed my mind, Fahim. I'm going to love this fight just to irritate Fahim Sator. If you're a Tank fan, it doesn't do shit for you. Exactly, it doesn't. What the fuck you want me to say? If you're a Tank fan, this fight does not do shit for you. I'm telling you the truth. It doesn't. It doesn't. But if you, hey, say Blazebox, if Fanon did start spinning it, I see it. No, I ain't spinning the shit. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not going to cry about this fight, bro. I'm not going to do it. I'm not spinning it. I'm telling you exactly what I'm telling you the truth. If you are a Gervonta Davis fan and a boxing purist, hell no, this is not going to do a goddamn thing for you, bro. Yes, that's all we, Fanon, that's all we doing, Poppy. I know, Fahim. I got pissed, Fahim. I don't like this shit. Fahim, bro, I hate this shit. I do. But at the same time, dog, Fahim, man, god dang, dog. I hate that this dude is fighting is fighting Jake Paul. But at the same time, man, I can't lie, dog. Man, fuck Turkey Al-Sheik. Fuck Turkey Al-Sheik. Fuck Terrence Crawford. And fuck. This is going to be a bigger fight than the biggest fight of the century, bro. And they're going to hold that shit in Atlanta, dog. And they're going to have the same gate. Watch this shit. They are going to make the same gate in Atlanta that those guys are going to make in that goddamn stadium. So seriously, to a certain extent, bro, I kind of like the move. Like, I like the move from the PBC point of view. Man, from my own perfect personal Tank fandom, no, I don't like it, bro. Check Jason said, fuck Bud all day, every day. Seriously, Bud, you just made dog. He didn't even say nothing. And he's bigger than y'all. Y'all are fakes, bro. Jake versus Tank. Hey, look, bro. Jake versus Tank. What is going to happen next, Bo? But you know what they say, though. It's going to bring a lot of casual fans to boxing. It's going to bring a lot of casual fans to boxing. Jake Paul has gotten a Mike Tyson fight. Now he's getting a I know. My man, hey, Fahim say, Fanon, I'm hard on Tank, but I spend straight cash money on his fights, unlike some people. Hey, man, you know what it is. Oh, that's fucked up. Bro put Shakur on a bumlanger undercard. Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. They mad Jake got the fight before their favorite fighters. Sam Grandison, what up? Said Fanon, you know this is going to be Floyd Logan Paul 2.0. Look, man, I'm going to have some fun, bro. Hey, what's up? The MD Mad Dog 2020 said, Fanon, you looking healthy, my brother. Thank you, bro. I think my blood pressure's a little high, man. Think my blood pressure's a little high this morning because Fahim made me pay the price right out the gate. Oh, y'all are not going to like this, bro. Y'all are not going to like this. All these white people are going to be forced to talk good about Tank for a long time, bro. Shamir Parker said, goes to show you money rules the world. Oh, for sure. Oh, we know that. All right, let me put this link in the chat in case y'all want to chop it up. We've done the hour. All right, there it is. Baltimore looking bad. Nah, Baltimore looking actually kind of good, bro. Baltimore is going to look pretty good with this, honestly. I mean, this is the future of boxing, man. This is the future of boxing. What do you think cats are finna do? What do you think people are going to do when you can make all this money doing fake-ass exhibition fights and Turki Al-Sheikh is paying you $750,000, paying $750,000 for a championship fight? Big Dog Willie, what's up, man? What's up?
What's cracking? Hey, what's up, tonight? Hey, now I
I'm
sent
good,
this in
brother.
chat. I think you forgot to read it. It's in super chat.
Oh, I'm
But this
sorry.
is the oh, it's so cool. It's cool. This is a play. Um, Jake Paul is officially going against Turkey right now. Jake Paul is the savior of American boxing, and he had Netflix to deal with. All the pay-per-view shit, that's just done from now on. I don't see how pay-per-view can survive through this shit. Yeah, the biggest star, one of the biggest stars, in Tank fighting Jake Paul. And the one thing about this, I've been known. I don't want to get too much into it because shit I do know that I'm not supposed to say. But you have to realize that this fight was already signed, still delivered by May. Tank was supposed to fight. What's his name in June, in July. He started having problems with his baby mom in May. So that's the reason why the fight didn't get announced. When people say August, that was just to say. The fight was always in November. It was always gonna be November. Jake Paul fight in June, and that's when Brown said Tank was supposed to fight. The fight was always in November. So, and like I said, I've been knowing about this because somebody reached out to me because I'm a master troll, and somebody from Mr. Paul's team realized that, and that's why I spent millions and millions of dollars on super chat, but it wasn't necessarily all my money. I just say that.
Oh, that's what's up. So we had but thank you, man. Tell Jake Paul I said thank you for the cash.
Yeah, well,
Big Dog Willie.
but
Big Dog Willie.
what's up?
I was just about to be like, you know what? Let me send Big Dog Willie something since he been such a big supporter of the channel. Man, you been funded, bruh.
Just send me something. I'll promote your shit too.
Man,
No,
use
I
the
got you.
ringer.
I got you. I got you.
No, I
Hey,
can
y'all
let it
good
out
for a minute. I
now.
got to run downstairs and get something. What's up,
I can
Dave?
let it out now, just to let
Hey,
you guys know.
what's
I can
up?
let it out
What's
now,
going on, Phenom?
but it's not a knock on Tank or anything like that. It's not a knock on Jake Paul. It's not a knock on none of those fighters. But um, these fighters, they want to earn what they want to earn. They can't be on pay per views like that no more. And I think Turkey was just overdoing it. He has money to do it. And Jake Paul with these women fighters, they I mean people see that shit. The women fighters been getting promoted a lot more than they ever have before, and they're making a little bit more money than they ever had maybe before. And beyond forget a YouTuber who know how to think about it, a YouTuber who know how to get people on his side, to get people watching him doing stupid shit, probably will be the biggest promoter in boxing. And take it as it is, Jake Paul is silly on that shit. He's a troll. But hey, in today's environment, when it comes to media, what you have to do to make your money. Look at our president. He's a troll.
I
So
mean, he knows how to monetize the internet, which is great, especially at this time period. And I understand people don't want the fight; they want him to fight a real fighter. I get that, but like I always say, I like the business side of boxing. That's what I enjoy the most about it. And I've always been for fighters doing what's most profitable for them. And I've said this since the jump. I don't think he's gonna fight Jake Paul because they 100 pounds apart. It don't make no sense. But if he do fight Jake Paul, it's an exhibition fight. It's not a real fight, and it's one fight. I don't
I
understand why everybody is so in
two
an
cents. I've been
uproar.
saying that the whole time. Nobody wanted to believe me. I said it's not a real fight. Did Mike Tyson and Jake Paul was that a real fight? Do
But
you
B
guys
Dog
know
only,
those are
why is
not real
everybody
fights?
so mad? Why is Tank destroying American boxing? Why he be stripped because
Because
he's
his
not a
fans,
real fighter? Like, what is all of that?
but it's mainly no
Mm.
because I think what it is that it's like I told you so type shit from his haters, and Tank fans are upset about it, in which they should be. But like I tell you guys before, Tank, the PBC, and I think a lot of people who's involved with the PBC, they don't give a fuck. Man, this is a $200 million fight right off the bat, and the undercard is gonna be lit too. Don't be surprised you see some of the T-Rex on there. Don't be surprised to see some other big boxers, male boxers on there, male and female stars on there. Don't be surprised. Don't be
Yeah, it's
surprised
gonna
you
be a
see
very
Snoop
big
Dogg
event.
rapping. Yeah.
But you
So I
would
mean,
think,
it's
Big
gonna
Dog
be
Willie, you would think that these are the kind of events that they want for boxing because it's bringing more eyes to the sport. It's bringing more casuals to the sport, and
Oh,
it's
that's
not
what they
cheap.
were
It's an
saying
exhibition
before.
fight on top of that.
That's what they were
no,
saying before. They were that's what it was the entire time that they did till it led up to this part. It is good for the sport of boxing. It brings casual fans. It brings casual fans to the sport. All of that stuff they were
Mm.
saying for all of that stuff for Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul. They were saying that. And they were saying that shit about just the generally them promoting celebrity boxing matches on top of regular boxing cards. They were saying, "Oh, this is really just all this brings people to the sport," but all of a sudden, it's going to be no. This is tearing up the sport because of who's
no,
doing
certain
it.
people, but no, certain people are saying that. It's only
Yeah,
and I'm not going. I'm gonna be very real with you guys. But it's a lot of people like Tank fans and people who think pay per view is the way to go. Pay per view, I'll say it again, it's done. It's gone. Streaming
What's
I mean,
the
I
services,
pay
think
per
I
Netflix.
think
view?
Tank could do another pay per view, just not for this fight.
No. He went B side. He's a B side with Jake Paul. Jake Paul's paying him. That's what you guys don't
Huh?
understand. Jake Paul is
No, he's
paying
not.
him.
He's
Yes,
not
he
a B
is.
side of Jake Paul.
Yes, he is. Yes, he
Jake,
is. He's on
that
Netflix.
dude, no way,
But no, he's on Netflix. They're fighting
bro.
on Netflix.
There's
Jake Paul
dog,
paying him. I know
dog.
you don't want to admit it, but I'm dead
No,
serious.
I'm gonna tell you what a B side is, bro, and what an A side and a B side is. Certain points in times, bro, there's not B sides, dog. It's not as if Gervonta Davis is someone that is like, oh, if you don't give me what I want, oh, I'm gonna take whatever you give me to get this fight. No, it's not. It's a cross promotional exhibition. Jake Paul is not going to. Jake Paul was going to be on the undercard for Amanda Serrano in Puerto Rico. Okay, before Amanda Serrano got injured. He is not. First of all, I don't believe half of the shit that they say about those numbers. But Mike Tyson was not the B side to Jake Paul. Jake
I
Paul
don't
was.
think you understand what I'm saying, Fanon.
I
But I don't
understand.
think you
I know
understand what
what
I'm
a
saying.
bro. I know what a B side is, bro. I know what a
I'm
B
not. I don't
side
think you
is.
know what I'm saying. I don't
Well,
think
what are
you
you saying?
understand
Why would
what
you
I'm
say he's a
saying
B? Why would you say he's a B side?
because
Enough
he's
of
a
that.
B-side in terms of the promotional thing. In terms of like how much money he
No,
gets paid. He's a B-side on this shit.
no.
Jake Paul is
The
paying him.
metrics, big
No, no, let me
dog.
let me finish. Jake Paul, let me finish. Jake Paul is paying him.
Jake
They
Paul
have
was
the
paying
fight
Mike
on
Tyson
Netflix.
too. Jake Paul was paying Mike Tyson too. That don't mean
I
Mike Tyson
no
was B
shit.
side.
Okay, you
Mike
guys.
Tyson
Okay,
was
never
B
mind.
side.
Never mind because you guys are literally
No, I'm
looking
a
at this
dog. You
through
gotta
a
understand.
personal
I'm a
feelings.
negotiate. I'm a negotiator. It's my profession. Okay, this is my profession. It's not some shit I'm just talking about like I'm talking about it like I'm talking about healthcare or some shit. This is something where I'm telling you there's no B side to this. There's not. It's peanut butter and chocolate. Make something. This is a 50-50 thing, bro. Jake Paul is fighting Mike Tyson. That's 50-50. That is because it generates interest amongst everybody. Jake Paul does not have a tremendous support by black people. But when you have all of the white people that are behind Jake Paul jump into it, then all the black people that would support Tank come in full force. That's where they say that you're going to wind up having just like with Ryan Garcia and Gervonta, where sometimes 1+1 = 10. That's the scenario you're in with this. This is not, literally speaking, this is not an A side, B side type of situation. And it's unfair to the boxing side of it to say that Jake Paul is the A side. No, he is not the A side.
Okay, Fanon.
Okay?
Okay, Fanon.
That's just
You can
not
argue with me
true.
all you want, but
You
he
don't have to
is he
argue,
is the
bro.
A
You
side of
do
the
healthcare,
situation.
bro. You do healthcare. I do negotiations, bro. I
Okay,
guarantee
okay,
that ain't
okay,
no
cool.
fucking
It's all
B
cool.
side type shit, bro. No fucking
Okay,
way, dude.
okay,
This is like no,
okay.
because for real, like Ali, I'm gonna tell you another shit that was not an A side, B side fight. When Foreman fought Ali, that was not an A side, B side type fight. That was some shit that was a huge fight where both of them brought shit to the table, and that's why that shit went 50-50. Seriously, man. Sometimes it's not always a case that somebody's the A side, somebody's the B side. That's why I don't even like that phrase, because A side, B sides go to records. Like the A side for Michael Jackson's Thriller is Thriller. The B side is I don't know, gonna be getting, beat it or something, right? Whatever it is, the Michael Jackson was the A side. That song was the A side. The other one's the B side. Jake Paul and them, they would put them out on separate albums. They would be like on the front of the album. That's not an A side, B
All right,
side type.
Fanon. All right, Fanon. You can. I'm not gonna argue with you about this, but you guys, you can say A side, B side, whatever you want to say, but I'm saying who production company is. It's on MVPs and has nothing to do. It's what you call it, PBS or whatever it's called.
Yeah, he should have put the
BBC
money
has
up.
nothing to do it.
Watch
It's on
this shit,
MVP's production. It's on Netflix.
bro.
He has the whole thing. Who do you think is running that
Bro,
shit?
you could pay up, dude. If you when Canelo Alvarez took a fight with the PBC and the PBC put everything up for his fight, that does not make him the B side to the fighter from the PBC that gets less money than him. It doesn't. That's not how it
Okay.
works. This is a
Okay. I
situation.
think you're. I think you're talking
Dude,
about fighter. I think you're talking
I'm
about.
not. It's the
Canelo is the
same
A
thing,
fight. Canelo
bro.
is the A side
Dog,
to the fighter.
dude, listen to me. I know enough about negotiations to understand the leverage that both of them have. There's only a certain number of people that Jake Paul can fight that have the name cachet of Gervonta Davis. Only ones is Gervonta and Canelo. Okay, he's not going to get that fight in KSI and those guys. So he obviously is going to have cachet, but in order for him to get a huge pay-per-view, he's going to need a boxer, and a boxer of a big name. Just because Mike Tyson went on an MVP promotion doesn't mean Mike Tyson was the B-side. What it means is that they bought the fight. So just like when Floyd Mayweather Jr. did an exhibition and it wound up on DAZN, what was the deal? It was not that DAZN. It wasn't that
Floyd Mayweather signed with DAZN. It was the fact that Floyd signed with DAZN. It was that they bought the whole fight. So if Jake Paul bought the whole fight, then and Tank named his price, that doesn't mean that he's a B-side. It just means that this is the guy that is financing the fight, and Gervonta's not taking any financial risks, so therefore it winds up on that network. No, I think that's a
Okay, man.
bad characterization of it. I know
Okay,
enough
okay,
business models, bro.
okay. For now, I mean, you know more than I do, so I guess you're right.
I
But
mean,
that's
it
not how
just
I see it.
it, if you are somebody, that's what you call a true free agent. A true free agent in boxing is somebody that can go like Canelo, can go fight with somebody that is a matchroom fighter, even though he has Canelo promotions. That does not mean that just because that he went over to the zone that now he's the B side to the zone fighter, or if he fights on Amazon Prime, that now he's the B side to the PBC fighter that has the contract with Amazon. That's just not. It's just not an. It's just no. That's not that. Now, if you say that Jake Paul has the bigger name in society, very well could be. But if you're talking about a negotiation when you're trying to make something happen, Jake Paul cannot make the money at Netflix that he's making without Gervonta or without somebody like Canelo. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Jake Paul is the B side to this. For sure, I'm not saying it. He's definitely doing the magic. Just like I never said that Ryan Garcia was really the B side to Gervonta. It took both of those guys in that scenario to do 1.2 million pay-per-views. You know, neither one of those guys are afterthoughts. That's what I mean. Neither one of these guys are afterthoughts in the card. Go ahead, though. I'm sorry. I wanted to set that because
I'm on vacation, so I'm about to get off. But
okay.
I'm just letting you guys know. I'm in Mexico right now, and I just wanted to let
Oh,
you
my
guys
bad.
know since this news came up. I know it's gonna come this soon. I thought it was gonna come next week, but um, I just had to speak in on it. But I mean, say what you want, but how I'm looking at it, I'm looking at it as in who is making this fight happen, who's doing it, and who is paying the bills of the fight, and who's promoting it, and how big it's getting. And it broke the internet yesterday, and it's not just because it, it's not because it's Jake Paul, and Jake Paul runs YouTube in those type of circles like that. I'm talking about his recognition and stuff like that. So I mean, man, it is what it is. But you guys enjoy your day.
All right,
Oh,
Willie.
okay, brother.
Hey, look, I, yeah, uh, I caught myself in a conundrum. Hey, I can't even find the damn words. Look, there's no way in the world, just like Trecent was saying, um, the metrics of it, for us, like the matchup and all of that, which you would look at when looking at a fight, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Too big of a disparity in size, height, weight. You know, that's why I'm like, it don't make sense. But then when I think about it and found out, oh, it's an exhibition fight. I'm like, okay, all right. You know what I mean? Okay,
Mhm.
it's an exhibition fight. You know what I mean? It's just like Floyd versus Big Show, but that was like WE style. So they already knew who was going to win in the long term and what the finish was going to be. Um, at first I'm like, damn, I want to see that in the month. But then again, I realized it ain't about me. It ain't about you. You being a fan, it ain't about you. Bottom line is this: you can like your favorite fighter all you want. Bottom line is this: they gotta do what's right for them at that time. They gotta do what's right for them. They gotta do what's right for their family. They gotta pay. They got bills, just like you got bills. And a man's gonna do what a man gonna do in order to make that money to pay those bills. Granted, they're in a higher tax bracket than we are. You know what I mean? They getting paid, but at the same time, these are boxers we talking about. Boxers who don't have health insurance. Boxers who whatever health insurance they have, they gotta pay for. Boxers who fight in the bottom line basement of the sport just to be able to pay their rent period day to day. You know what I mean? And then you looking at it, boxers are taking a risk. Every time a boxer get in the ring, they putting their life on the line. So I'm like, I'd never been the type of dude to be like, how this nigga gonna make this money, this and that. I'm like, yo, you do what you gotta do. That's how it is. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you
Hell yeah,
gotta
that
do to
is.
make your money. And if a motherfucker wants you to get $100 million for doing a motherfucking exhibition fight, take that money, take that money, get that money. That's what he gonna do. He gonna go ahead, gonna get that money. You know what I mean? Especially seeing how you look at the amount of fights that he had to fight, and I don't like pocket watching in order to equal up to 100 mil. Where you can get that in doing one exhibition.
If he gets
Shit,
$100 million for an exhibition, that shit is crazy.
yeah. I'm like, he had to be crazy not to take it. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna. And at the same time, he's trying to. I'm like, look, I can't frame this as a duck. You know what I mean? And I can't call it a duck. Know why? Both of them ended the fight in a draw. Him and Roach. Right, and fight ended in a draw. Yeah, he got a contract that he could sign whenever he want. Well, I guess whenever he want, depending on how the paperwork is worded when it comes to the contracts. But you know what I mean? It was up to him to go ahead if he want to go ahead and do the rematch clause, right? But at the same time, I'm looking at it like this. You know what I mean? I'd love to see the rematch, but see, I can see where that type of money throw that shit out the window. And plus, if you had to sit back to this motherfucker, after you don't put him on with a paycheck, and you put together a fight, and as you feel as though you let this nigga stay in the fight a little longer than you wanted to let him stay in the fight, and you could have did other things, and this nigga's talking mad shit. I could see when a motherfucker be like, man, fuck that nigga. I ain't paying that nigga shit. I ain't getting
I'm
that
gonna
nigga
tell
no
you for
motherfucking
sure. You talk
payday.
shit. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you for sure. Dog, this is an impossible decision that somebody got to make, bro. Frequency flyer, look, bro. You don't ever show up, bro. Get the fuck on, dog. Seriously, bro. Come back
Oh,
again, nigga. I don't like that. I don't like somebody want to fucking show up when they think they got some pressing to do. Bro, beat it, man. And
oh,
I
that's
mean that.
all it is. That's
Nah,
all it
bro.
is with frequent.
Hey, yeah, dude, if you're not gonna be here every fucking day when we're talking about other things, bro, don't just show up the day that you think we can talk some shit about Tank, man. You know what I mean? So take that bot shit on, frequency flyer, bro. I'm done with that shit. I knew that you would be here, bro. I'm like, the day that some shit happens that ain't Gervonta, that's when he's gonna show up. But you don't want to
Hmm.
support any other conversations on the channel other than that fuck nigga Devin Haney and tearing down Gervonta Davis. So take your bot ass the fuck on, frequency flyer. I'm not now. If you showed up every day and you talked about subjects other than this with us, then cool, bro. And I could talk to you all day, just like I'm taking some sweat from Fahim Sator, because Fahim Sator is here to talk boxing about all kind of different topics when we're here, bro. You're only here when to make Devin Haney look good and Gervonta to look bad, man. That shit is so fucking annoying about you dudes, man. You know, and honestly, bro, and honestly, it's like that's what. Nah, don't worry about it. I don't like this fucking fight. I'm just gonna say that again. Go ahead, David Lynch. My bad.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Hey, I don't like the optics of it either, but I realize that's that man. He gonna do what he gonna do. If he can go ahead, you know what I mean, and get 100 mil without having to go in there and fight 4 or 5 fights in order to get to that amount, hey, do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Plain and simple. But I still, and I can't stress this point. I still would love to see him spin the block, come back, and knock them cats off. That would be poetic justice. That would be him showing that he is him. You know what I mean? I can go ahead and take $100 million exhibition. You know what I mean? Do what I gotta do in there, get that check. Go ahead, come back, then clip Shakur and Roach. You know what I mean? And go ahead and ride off to the sunset if he choose to. Hey, that's what it's going to be. That's what it would be. I would love to see him spin the block. That's what I
Yes,
want to
sir.
see.
Hopefully, will. Hopefully, will. Hey, let me move to Phoenix. He been waiting for a minute, man. What's up, Phoenix?
Oh, you know what it is. It's Hater Day, man.
What's up,
what's
Phoenix? What's
good?
up,
What's good?
Kamal?
Hey, this funny. This funny. Now, for me, I wanted to see that Lamar Roach rematch. At the same time, I'm not mad about this. I'll tell you why. If we could still call, Shane Mosley and Oscar De La Hoya great after they done fought Shaq, if we could still say Muhammad Ali great after he done fought Richard Pryor and Marvin Gaye, if we could say George Foreman's still great after he had 5 exhibitions in one day, if we could still say that Floyd Mayweather is great after he done had exhibitions, if we could say that Hector Camacho, Chavez Sr., and more are great because they all had exhibitions too, and in the middle of their careers, I ain't wait till the end. We could still say that they all great. Roy Jones, Mike Tyson too. Then what's wrong with Tank doing an exhibition? That's what I want to know. This is his first one. Yeah, other people who did 5 and they still great. See, that's the thing with people. People want to go ahead and act like exhibitions are something new. Them shits ain't nothing new. So we had Ray Leonard beat up a journalist on a cruise ship in the exhibition because dude tried to get cute and punched him in the eye when they knew he had that detached retina injury. And Ray Leonard demolished the dude. Like everybody over here acting like exhibitions is something new, and your favorite all time greats done did exhibitions, and ain't nobody said they disrespected the sport, tore it down, destroyed their legacy, or any shit like that. But all of a sudden, because Tank is doing it, it's a problem. Like y'all people some fugazi ass motherfuckers if y'all acting like that. That shit just wild. And at the same time, it's like, okay, you still want to talk about Shakur. Shakur, man, talk about never seeing us fight each other. Shakur just came out and said he injured his hand again the week before he fought Zepeda. Turkey said this shit. Shakur,
Hold on one second. Before we fly off to Shakur, I want to say something about exhibitions. Exhibitions have been fighters have been fighting in exhibition fights since 1790. In fact, most of the fights in the 1700s that people actually got to see were exhibitions because the fights were illegal. So there have always been people that have had non-title fights, and certain people that would have, if they had enough cachet to do exhibitions and get with other celebrities, they've done it. I saw an interview where Muhammad Ali was after the Ken Norton fight said, "Look, man, I can continue to fight if I want to fight. I don't have to fight if I don't want to fight. I can fight." And he said, I can fight exhibitions and get millions of dollars fighting exhibitions. So I can do whatever I want to do. Then he did an exhibition against Lyle Alzado, against a wrestler, several other people. He also did a lot of exhibitions when he was when he got suspended from boxing. He did exhibitions for that too. Exhibitions are something that have been happening for a long time. Floyd Mayweather Jr. did not invent exhibitions. In fact,
exactly.
yeah, he didn't invent them. Those are things. It's something that is a very, very long practice thing in boxing. Now, some people may want to act like they invented this shit, but they didn't invent it. They're just taking what other people have done in the past and doing it again. For me, it's tough. If it's an exhibition, it's like I still don't want you to take an exhibition. I want you to take a fight. But if it's not a fight, it's just an exhibition. It's not like Tank is going to be out there trying to hurt Jake Paul, and Jake Paul's not really going to be out there trying to hurt Tank. And basically what it is just a cash grab at the end of the year, and then you just have to wonder whether or not he's going to do like other fighters, and he's still going to have to fight people if he wants to make more money. But the money So invented ducking? What do you mean so invented ducking? No, I'm just saying, first of all, ducking, I don't like this fucking phrasing ducking, okay? Because everybody says everybody's ducking everything. If Gervonta Davis fights Lamont Roach in February, was he ducking? We won't know whether he was duck. I don't like the term. I think we use the term duck too much, but it's definitely hard to fucking. It's almost predictable that anybody would take $50 million over for just to show up somewhere and play around than to get in a real fight where your ass could really, really get hurt for 1/4 the money. I mean,
Exactly.
that's capitalism. You know what I mean? That's capitalism. So that's going to be it's almost predictable that he would. But the question to me is going to be, after he gets this money from running around the ring and not throwing punches against Jake Paul, or what are you going to do after that? Anyway, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. What's your thoughts? Finish what you're saying.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. That's all good. It's all good. But yeah, like that's the whole thing. Like, ain't it's not got to say nothing new under the sun. My whole thing is like when people talking about who ducking Roach, ducking Shakur. This means we never gonna get the fights. We don't even know. One, we haven't heard from Tank about whether or not this is going to be anything. He's up on Instagram and ain't posting nothing about it. And like the thing is, whether the fight happens or not, for me, I still look at it as a funny thing because look at how big it is. Like 6 hours after the initial post was made by Ring Magazine, they had, you know how they're going by impressions now, right? Okay, on Twitter it had 1.8 million impressions. Shit for Canelo and Bud from Ring Magazine posted 24 hours before that, what, like 30 something thousand impressions, 40 something thousand impressions. That fight is not getting no traction. It's like almost 40 times bigger than Canelo and Bud. Like they're not getting no traction on that. And people talking about Shakur, man. Hey, ain't Shakur the same one who said after he fought Zepeda that he done injured his hands? And Turkey said that too, right? They both said he injured his hands the week before he fought Zepeda. I think this is the same dude who been talking about he don't want to fight Tank till his hands all the way healthy. So people talking about, he could have fought Shakur instead and then rematch Roach. That shit ain't gonna happen because Shakur's hands is fucked up. And he already fought twice this year. He ain't doing it. And then the same thing for Roach. Roach done talked himself about the fight. Like, that's the thing that people understand in business. If you want to do business with someone, I don't know how you think you're gonna get them to do business with you. You're gonna be out there talking shit and all this and that. People want to talk about, oh, you can get your lick back. And you can prove, you can prove, yeah, fuck you, nigga. You ain't getting no money. That's the way it's gonna be. And this is gonna be just in time for people to eat well for Thanksgiving. It's right before Thanksgiving. Yeah, and Lamar Roach going to be wondering if he can get his Twitch followers up so he can make enough money for them birthday presents and Christmas presents around that time because he ain't getting no money from Tank. He shouldn't have talked. But people over here mad like they favorite fighters wouldn't take an exhibition. Wasn't Devin Haney talking about fighting that UFC dude, Sean O'Malley, who also
yep.
tested positive for Ostarine? He was about to fight him in an
Hey,
exhibition, but
And he
hold on
also
one
called
second.
out Jake and
Hold on one
Logan
second.
Paul.
Hold on one second. Rozilla, you said boxers in the 90s used to talk shit. Now they supposed to be nice. Bro, you did not hear. I'm telling you. No low-level fighter that was trying to get a fucking fight with Oscar De La Hoya that was talking shit, bro. Joshua Clottey was not talking shit about Oscar De La Hoya. He's trying to get a rematch. Shane Mosley wasn't even talking shit about Oscar De La Hoya. Those dudes were like, only person who was talking shit about Oscar De La Hoya was Floyd Mayweather Jr. and he didn't get the fight up until the point where Oscar De La Hoya was starting to decline and had that cash grab. So man, no, not all fighters talk crazy about the people that are the big draws. Usually what they say is, thank you for giving me this fight because I would have never made this amount of money without you. That's what people usually do. It's not a normal, I'm telling you, it's not a normal thing for you to have an opportunity where you know you can make some real life-changing money and you're there, you know it's there, but you talk shit about the guy that you're earning the money with. That just doesn't make sense, man. It's just not smart. Now that's what you call when keeping it real goes wrong, bro. You can say what you want to say, But dog, I warned you I warned the whole time. I was like, bro, if it's me, and I'm telling you, this is just some naggy shit about me. Dog, if you start playing fucking games and talking shit in the media, bro, I'm not gonna fuck with you. And it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter what happens after that. I don't like to negotiate, bro. Lamont Peterson running around DC, drinking, talking shit. You're talking down at Gervonta. You're siding with a bunch of people that weren't even fans with Lamont Roach, just joining with the Tank haters, bro. That shit is not going to pan out. And guess what happens? The PBC, who has a business interest in saying, okay, we can make more money doing this. Let's do this. Let's go back to somebody else that did not listen to the PBC when the PBC, a lot of people in the PBC were saying, let's move on. You had Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Errol Spence Jr. wasted all kind of time, gave up all kind of money, and wound up being in a situation where he couldn't win a fight. And everything that the PBC said was, let's go do something else. Let's go do something else. He didn't do it. Now you got Tank with the PBC. And if you think the PBC is not telling him, fight Jake Paul, because if you're not, you can make $40 million and you can't lose. It's an exhibition. Or go over there and loudmouth him for another 20. Come on, man. That doesn't make any sense. We can get back to him later. Come get the money. And what's Tank going to say? No, let me go do this. Say I have another tough fight with Lamont Roach and I win the fight, but the Jake Paul opportunity goes away. No, let me put it in this order. So, look, man, anyway, the shit is all, for me, shit's a frustrating situation because there's legitimate reasons to not want Tank to have an exhibition and to go right into the Lamont Roach fight. But Lamont Roach absolutely didn't do himself any favors whatsoever in the way that he was talking and the way that he was behaving in the media. What's your thoughts, Kamal? You're on mute, Kamal.
Hey, Fanon, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, that was a brilliant take, Fanon, and I'm just going to be, I don't know how I follow that up. Somebody, is that my microphone? That's a lot of background noise. I hear myself.
Let me.
I think it's mine. Is that my microphone?
I think. No, that was David's.
Okay. Salute David. Salute Phoenix. Both of y'all had great points. I'm gonna bring it up like this: Fanon and David and Phoenix, 2 cents. These panelists. I'm gonna first go to Big Dog Willie, who I got to salute. He got this right. I thought this freak show fight wouldn't happen. I thought it was all just parlor game talk and parlor game gossip. Salute to you if you know the reference parlor game gossip. I know Fanon does. I thought that's what this was. And Big Dog Willie was right. He was wrong, though, that not every fight, and this is what's ruined boxing, is not an A side, B side. Fanon was 100% right when he was talking about not every fight is an A side, B side. When Ali fought Foreman, there was not a defined A side that got so much more than the B side. There was not, every fight does not involve that. Why was Fanon and others angry about Haney trying to little man Shakur Stevenson? Fanon, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Devin Haney this huge star, this defined A side that can lowball Shakur Stevenson in the public eye and say you're a B side, you're a little man to me?
Not a chance.
Exactly. So Big Dog Willie, in this equation, as Fanon was saying, same with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. This is not an A side, B side thing. This is a cross sport, cross promotional, cross entertainment, cross demographic event. It's brilliant. And it took a lot of people to make it happen. And let me tell you, a lot of people were pissed off by the antics. Do you think, Fanon, that Netflix was pissed off when they had a signed agreement between Jake Paul and Canelo, and they were about to go broadcast it and put it up and make it a main event? Do you think Netflix was pissed when Turkey came in and he was saying, yeah, all it took was 5 minutes. La, 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 la. All it took was 5 minutes and one call. And Canelo said, no, I'm not going to fight any YouTubers. When he was negotiating with Jake Paul and Al Heyman and Netflix the whole time, do you think that Netflix was offended by that, Fanon?
Probably.
So do you think Netflix was offended when allegedly, let me put this out there before I get a lawsuit, because we know we got fake dream teamers out there. Do you think they were pissed off? You think they were pissed off when allegedly Turkey had a meeting with the Netflix board, the first meeting, and there was a woman present, and apparently there was some kind of shenanigans going on in that meeting, allegedly? Do you think Netflix didn't like that?
Oh, allegedly, if it happened the way it was described, then I doubt very much they would, which is why it is rumored that they had to pay Netflix to put that on there instead of Netflix paying them.
Exactly. And I said the word allegedly because I wasn't there. And so Fanon doesn't
Yeah,
take the
according to
lawsuits. I
rumors.
don't get it. That's alleged. Okay. So you pissed off Netflix. Do you think Al Heyman was pissed off when he worked to make this Canelo Jake Paul fight and you left him at the altar to go to Turkey Al Sheikh and he gave you 2 of 3 fights when on his PBC deal weren't even PBC fighters? Do you think Al Heyman was a little bit perturbed, Fanon, with that?
Repeat that part. I'm
Do
sorry.
you think that Al Heyman was a little bit perturbed when he and Jake Paul, remember when Jake Paul released the video when Canelo signed with Turkey? And then Turkey was like, yeah, I manipulated the media. Turkey even said, I manipulated the media into making this Jake Paul Netflix Canelo fight seem like it was going over the line. Do you think that Al Heyman was a little bit perturbed, him being sick and all, apparently being very sick, and he has a hand in negotiating Jake Paul and Canelo, and then Canelo kind of backdoors and goes his own way? Do you think that Al Heyman was a bit disappointed?
Anybody would be if you're not dealing straight with people, and those guys don't deal straight.
Do you think, and lastly, this is the last do you think that Gervonta Tank Davis, David Benavidez, David Morrell, and the PBC fighters that you allegedly have tried to sabotage their cards by offering prospective opponents higher deals to go fight on your undercards in Riyadh, and you try to kneecap Benavidez versus what's his name, Callum Smith? You prevent that from happening. That I still don't understand the money thing with that. Fanon, correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, do you think when you try to put those guys on an island, because you tried to put Benavidez on an island and you made Benavidez go over to you, do you think that Samson Lukowitz and all these other people that you have allegedly, throwing the word allegedly out there, harmed, do you think they're going to be happy campers, Fanon?
Man, I don't think any of them are happy or campers about that.
So you done pissed off a lot of people. You had a guy, a white supremacist with no front teeth, looking like a fucking catfish, literally a catfish, a white supremacist that said the PBC is going broke for the 21st time, that Gervonta Tank Davis was retired. You had many people say Gervonta Tank Davis was retired. You had Lamont Roach being the guy that talked himself out of that poo-tang, that punani in the bar when he had it on lockdown, and he started talking, and the girl was like, nah, you talk too much. You're done. You had people Lamont roaching. You had the constant lies and slander against Gervonta Tank Davis, a guy, like it or not, his accomplishments because of corruption in boxing, because of politics in boxing. He hasn't been a unified titleist, but we here on the panel all agree that his resume in terms of quality of opposition destroys Shakur, destroys Devin, destroys Tiho, because those guys that Tank fought went on to become champions. Those guys that Tank fought, other guys want to fight them after Tank beats them. So this guy has dealt with all the lies, all the slander, all the cap, including from Golden Boy employees who are white supremacists with no front teeth, can't even afford to go or doesn't even utilize the money to go see an orthodontist or a dentist or get some false teeth. And you guys are buying all their malarkey. You're buying the malarkey of paid off people on YouTube. So Gervonta was like, I can never please these people. They said I wouldn't fight black people. I fought Frank Martin. I fought black people back to back. I gave Lamont Roach a fight for the DMV. I respected his mom. I even gave his mom a shout out. Hey, I see your mom in the audience. He fought Hector Garcia. Give him a DNA test. He's as black as I am. He's as black as Fanon is. He's as black as Phoenix is. He's as black as David is. Just because he's not in America doesn't mean he's not black. So Tank did all that you asked him to do. These guys, Shakur said he wanted a multi-fight deal. Stephen Espinoza and the PBC said you're not worth that in the marketplace. You're only worth a one-off. And so Tank said, look, I'm going to get this money. Do I like the fight? No. Do I understand the fight? Yes, because when you piss people off and you piss enough powerful people off, they will get to business. This fight makes sense. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. You jabronis who are always talking about, I'm going to stream these fights, man, too many pay-per-views. You jabronis didn't even give Errol Spence his flowers. When he was sabotaged by the industry, he was sabotaged with the bad faith negotiations that Crawford engaged in, and the verbal malarkey that Crawford engaged against Errol. And then you guys got the fight, and Tank and Ryan, a fight that you told me was a showcase fight, that did more than double of
Hey,
what.
hey, just a second. I'll be back in like, give me like 10 minutes. I'll be right, or 5, 10 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, Phoenix, I'm about to transition to you. I'm just saying that did, you got to blame these fans because you're telling me everybody wants to see the Errol versus Crawford fight. And you told me, and I'm not saying you guys on the panel or Fanon or anybody, but I'm saying these corporate media types, these fanboy channels, y'all told me that Tank versus Ryan was a showcase fight. And Ryan was just this Instagram model, this Instagram highlight reel YouTube guy. But yet he and Tank did twice more. I grew up watching Oscar fight Shaq on NBC. That was an exhibition. Did they go unpaid? So you guys try to blame the black man. You try to blame Floyd. You try to blame Floyd for fighting Conor McGregor when after that Canelo said he wanted to fight Conor McGregor. Arum said he would make Conor McGregor versus Manny when Manny was still with under Top Rank. Oscar De La Hoya, who has probably the greatest resume of all these modern day fighters, because he fought everybody. Him and Floyd, it's close. You know, Ali's not modern in this sense. He had exhibitions. So you guys can blame and have the misconstrued and double standards, but take that shit elsewhere because I know the games. I've researched this. You have the WBO putting Crawford, who had an underwhelming performance at 154. You have them moving him ahead of Pacheco and other guys who put in the work at 168. You have Hamza Shiraz somehow skipping the line ahead of Christian and Billy, who's somehow the interim titleist when Canelo is active. So why are we even having an interim titleist? And if that's the case, then why isn't Billy getting next? And why is he being forced to step aside? So you guys can talk about Tank and blame this. These things don't happen in a vacuum. There's precedent for all this stuff. Before the black man did it, before Al Heyman did it, and before you pissed a bunch of powerful people off and tried to get into a dick measuring contest. And you know what? They said, my dick is better than yours.
Pause. No Diddy.
Mic drop.
Okay. Let me go ahead and chime in. Let me go ahead and chime in because this celebration of Tank setting the boxing world on fire. It calls for a little bit of hate too. 'Cause I know that there are certain fighters out there crying to their daddies when they woke up. Yes, their dad. Tank's name is everywhere and it won't go away. I know that there was fighters who woke up like that.
Oh my
I
God,
know
that's
that there
good.
was fighters who woke up there like Devin Haney suing his baby mama. That's some drama for his own. I'd be damned if I sued a woman for emotional damage. That shit crazy. Extortion, and she extorted the baby about his ass. That's what she did. He out there complaining that and defamation. How he cries for defamation with all the lies he done told? This dude's something else. And you see all their fans, Devin and Shakur, like, this the crazy thing about this whole Tank situation. They talking about what fights could have happened, and now all of a sudden these fights ain't never gonna happen at all just because Tank is taking an exhibition. Like, do you know how crazy that sounds to say that this shit ain't never gonna happen at all because of an exhibition? Crazy. And for people complaining about this fight, again, exhibition. What was Devin Haney doing with Jose Ramirez? That shit should have been an exhibition. But they out there have people watching that for real on a real card. What about Padley? That shit should have been an exhibition too, because ain't
Yeah,
nobody hurt in that fight. There wasn't nobody hurt in that fight.
leaving a
Padley fought
lot of
6 weeks
controversy.
later. That was his first sparring session. Like people out here acting like exhibitions is ruining the sport, all this and that. Like the problem is they just mad, and this is what I believe. They're just mad that their favorite fighters is not getting the fights that they want. 'Cause everybody is out here now talking about Tank's legacy and his resume again. The part that's crazy to me is, okay, he has
Hey,
Shakir
let
fought.
me fit in real quick. You never heard of the boy that cried wolf? Boy that cried wolf.
Was it like the Devin that cried Tank?
This is the shit. This is the time where the shit to me is the boy that cried wolf. You motherfuckers have complained and complained and complained and complained about every fucking thing Gervonta Davis has ever done, and 99% of it was bullshit. So the one fucking time you niggas have a half a fucking argument, I'm sorry, bro. You the fuckers that cried wolf. I don't believe that you even actually have the opinion that you actually have, because you've given so many basically fake fucking explanations of things for so long that now you want to get on a topic where you actually could have a good argument, but your credibility is shot to shit because you guys said that Gervonta Davis was going to retire. That's what came out. He was supposed to retire. He didn't retire. He's taking an exhibition fight. I don't like the exhibition fight, but it's an exhibition fight. Exhibition. If you can get $40 million for chasing a bag, you cannot be, and you think there's a problem, then why the fuck have you been talking to me about what everybody needs to do with Turkey Al-Sheikh and how they need to kiss his ass to get a bag from him? Right? Whether it entails destroying American boxing and sending all of our best young fighters to fight in nothingness on the zone and out there in Saudi Arabia, which is absolutely no good for boxing. Fight for a guy that is literally trying to tear down the Muhammad Ali Act, but yet you support him and say we should do anything he says because he's the one that's bringing the bag. But then Gervonta Davis obviously gets his own bag, and there's a big fucking problem about it. I remember people defending Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou for the WBC World Championship. That shit was defended by the media. Gervonta Davis is fighting him for a title. Gervonta Davis is fighting in an exhibition match. If I don't know you, Rafty, I can't let you on, brother. I know Rozilla Jones, bro, but I can't let you on. There's gonna be too many people today. So that's why I'm saying you guys are the boys that cried wolf. It's hard for me to even get upset about it because I'm like, dude, I know that I was saying you should not be allowed to fight for a world championship if you don't have any fights. You guys said it was good for boxing. It was a real fight for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is the greatest fighter ever. For having a fight against a guy that had never had a fight before. Just because he was an MMA fighter. But Gervonta can't have an exhibition with a cruiserweight. But Tyson Fury can fight an MMA fighter who's never been in a ring for a belt. And then Anthony Joshua can get big money for fighting an 0-1 Francis Ngannou and then get himself right back into a shot against Daniel Dubois, the IBF world champion. Come on, man. You guys are the boys that cried wolf. So I'm telling you, I'm not trying to hear that shit. If somebody wants to criticize, let the one with no sin cast the first stone. If you have already said a bunch of bullshit was okay, don't claim it ain't okay now. If Devin Haney, and I know this, if Devin Haney got this damn thing with Jake Paul, you'd be calling that motherfucker the greatest thing ever. You don't like anything Gervonta does. So how can I give you any credit for any criticism around him? I'm sorry. I can't. Anyway, go ahead. So, Rodzilla, you said you had something to say to Kent to David.
Look, no, I was talking to little Kenneth. Little Kenneth's eyes are tripping, bro, on that bullshit. It ain't the problem. Oh,
Damn.
That's, I'll go ahead and finish up. I'm running to a meeting.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna say I was gonna go ahead and say this, like, man, it's crazy how an exhibition can cause extradition. That's what I'm gonna say. These people out here,
Hey, I got to
man,
use that as a
that's
title,
crazy.
man. I'm gonna steal that scene.
Exhibition. I
And like,
like
hey,
that.
Extradition.
you ain't know I have bars of hate now, did you?
Hmm.
Like, but like it's crazy. It's crazy. Like these, hey, these people out here mad at what they had to do to go ahead and cozy up to Turkey to get what they got. It's like how come how come how come Tank didn't have to hold any hands? It's not fair. No,
Okay,
he don't
hold
got
on.
no.
Yeah, you're wrapping up. Go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah. I'm just wrapping up. Yeah, it's like because the thing is like they mad that they have to go ahead and kiss ass. So it's like, man, we got shit in our lips and Tank don't, and he making money. It's not fair. That's the way they looking at it. But man, it was glorious again. Like I said, how the exhibition caused extradition. So y'all go ahead. Them haters out there, hate on it all you want. Because Tank's were y'all favorite fighter, not. I leave it with that.
All right, peace, Phoenix.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Peace, Phoenix.
Rodzilla is saying something to Kamal. Hey, Rodzilla, I'd appreciate if you didn't start calling people names and saying bullshit and all of that stuff.
oh
You was
yeah,
going kind of
salute.
south
My
quick.
my 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 bad, OG. It's wild, bro, because the goalpost it gets moved every week, bro. So I don't understand the playing field, man. Like
What goalpost?
this, bro, like and I appreciate your stance on it, OG. It's a lot of people who had certain stances and didn't think this was gonna come into fruition, and it happened. Salute to Big Dog Willie, man. I owe my dog another apology. I'm gonna say it every day, but this is not okay, bro. And there's no way we should be trying to justify this because we haven't gotten fights that we want to see out of this man at 135, bro. Like I'm okay with exhibition fights. I'm cool with that. I want Tank to get his money. It's when he doing it, bro, and he doing it at a bad time right now, bro. Like for
Frank Martin
one.
wasn't a fight that I
No,
wanted.
hold
I
on,
Who
wanted
was
that.
calling for that? Who
hold on,
you were
I
calling
was
for that?
calling
hold
for
on.
that.
You
Come
were
on, hold
calling
on,
for
hold
that,
on, come
brother.
on. Rodzilla, I gotta, dog. I don't know if you're being square
I'm being
because
straight
you're
up,
not saying
Bernard.
because the alternative to him fighting Jake Paul in an exhibition is him fighting Lamont Roach.
And we
He
need to
just
see that.
he just fought Lamont Roach, so you
We
can't
need
say he's not giving you the fight you want to see. If he has an exhibition in between him fighting Lamont Roach, which he just did, so you can't say he didn't give you a Lamont Roach fight when he just gave you a Lamont Roach fight.
you know what
Okay?
I mean, OG.
No, but no,
And
I
y'all
do
said
know.
y'all didn't
I
even want that
hold on a
fight.
second. I know what you
True.
said. I know what you said. I don't know what you mean. I know what you said. You cannot criticize him for not giving you a fight that he already gave you. There's not every time somebody has a rematch, does it happen immediately? It doesn't always
Exactly.
happen. So you can have a fight, especially if it's an exhibition that he already signed for. If he has already had a contract and already negotiated something for Jake Paul, and it's an exhibition, it's not a fight, then he just has a contract and he didn't. You can call it a duck if you want, but you can't complain and say he didn't give you a fight that he already gave you. But go ahead.
I said a fight that we wanted to see too. And when I say that, bro, I'm talking about Loma. I'm talking about Devin. I'm talking about
Loma's
Shakur.
retired. Devin's out of the weight class.
Let me
Loma's
land, OG.
retired.
I'm
No,
sorry,
I'm
bro.
not. I'm not, bro. And I'm not. We're talking about what's going to happen now. Okay. Devin Haney is at 147 fighting Brian Norman. So that's not going to happen.
Now he is, but y'all pushed the narrative that he was too
I'm not
big.
going, man. Get the fuck on, bro. I'm not doing it.
He's
I'm
using the
sorry, bro.
Joe A. He's using the
I
Joe
can't
A.
do it, bro.
strategy of filibustering and
Yeah, I
bringing
can't do
up
it, bro.
non sequiturs. And I was too respectful. My bad, Fanon and the panel. I
No,
was too
I knew
respectful for
I
Joe
knew
A.
that was. Let me finish. I knew
Okay.
that was what's going on, bro. I'm not that type of channel, dog. I'm not gonna do that. You're not gonna have an argument and have me go through you dogging out Gervonta Davis's entire career before you get to whether or not he's gonna have an exhibition or not. Okay, I'm not going backwards. I already know that you don't like his career. Fine, you said that. But the fact of the matter is, you said he's not giving you the fights that you want. But the only fight that's on the table is Lamont Roach. So do you want Lamont Roach or do you not? If you don't want Lamont Roach, then that means you don't have an issue with him having an exhibition. If you do want Lamont Roach, then you have nothing to complain about because he just fought Lamont Roach. Okay? I'm not wasting my time because you can be destroyed with simple fucking logic with your own words. I know what you mean. I don't have patience for fucking bullshit. Take that propaganda the fuck on. I want to have real conversations with people that really want to understand whether or not this thing is a good fight, a good thing, or a bad thing. Not Gervonta never gives me the fights I want to see, because that's bullshit. I've seen a bunch of fucking fights with Gervonta that I've wanted to see. And a whole bunch of people have seen fights with Gervonta they want to see. That's why his fights sell out. That's why he has the big pay-per-views and why the fighters you're talking about don't. That's why the fighters that you say everybody wants to see fight are fucking undercard fighters. They're undercards. Devin Haney is a fucking undercard fighter. Shakur is an undercard fighter. They are. And you know how I know they're undercard fighters? Because they got put on undercards. You can't tell me you want the best and the biggest, and these Negroes can't get off undercards. You know why they're on undercards? Because they took the bag to stay on undercards. They don't have to be on undercards, but they went for the bag to stay on undercards. Gervonta doesn't have to go to Saudi Arabia and kiss that little faggot. Oh, I'm sorry. Going to kiss that little dude's ass. He doesn't have to kiss his ass. So what he did was he said, I'm going to go grab a quick $40 million for doing next to nothing. And you salty that he's doing it and it's destroying boxing that he can do it? I'm glad that you laughed, nigga. That's why I was gonna throw your ass out. Rodzilla. Been waiting for that, bro.
What you waited for? You gave him so much deference, Fanon.
No, because he has a wrench. And when somebody has a wrench, I wait and I listen and I see. Bro, just like frequent flyer, you this Devin Haney propaganda machine, bro. Devin Haney, let me break this to you. Without even going into the fact that that soft-ass nigga sued his baby mama for emotional distress. How fucking soft are you that you go through emotional distress from your baby's mama? Nigga, you're going to break down in a boxing ring for sure if you got emotional distress from your baby mama. That's the softest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life, bro.
Can I go real quick for now? I gotta go back.
Go ahead.
That's what I want to say real quick, right? Because I'm hearing now that the WBA is going to strip him if he takes the exhibition fight. And I'm like, what are we talking about? The problem is people keep saying Tank ain't fought nobody we wanted him to see, nobody we want to see. And then they name 2 fighters. And it's like Tank has 3 current champions that he's fought that's on his resume. Mario Barrios, Pitbull, and Rolly Romero. But conveniently, all those fighters are trash. So it's not like Tank ain't fighting nobody. It's the people he fight. Y'all keep jumping through hoops to try to discredit him. What, like 6 people on his resume are ranked in the top 10 right now. So how is he not fighting competitive fights? I don't understand that. When you look at the contemporaries and you look at their resume, who are they fighting? Like, seriously, we could give them the same exact criticism the way y'all doing Tank. But y'all gonna say, oh, they unified. Oh, they fought for belts. Oh, they did this. Have y'all ever thought that since Tank is the money man in the division, he will get better fights than the champions because they will be willing to forgo trying to get a belt and fight Tank instead? Has anybody ever thought about that? So this whole he ain't fought nobody is just a narrative y'all keep on pushing. He would not be where he's at today if he wasn't giving fans what they wanted to see. And that's the bottom line. If he was not giving fans what they wanted to see, he would be in Saudi Arabia on an undercard. That's what he would be doing. And people want people to, I don't know if people want fans to denounce Tank, never watch him again. Like, I don't know what they want. This whole take accountable, what does that even mean? I'm a fan of Tank. Of course, I want to see him unify and do all this other stuff. But if he wants to take a time to step aside and fight an exhibition fight to get a bag, which is what y'all constantly promote, It's for the bag. Get the bag. It's for the bag. Get the bag. As soon as
Hold
Tank
on,
going to
man.
get a bag, now he should be fighting for legacy. All that legacy talk is rubbish. It's rubbish. Your legacy
Mhm.
is the culmination of your career and it's figured out after you're done. You don't go through your career focusing on legacy. It don't work like that. Whatever your legacy is when you're done is what it is. Y'all keep talking about these fighters with this legacy belts and all that. They're gonna talk about Tank when his career is over. That's who they're gonna talk about. This Jake Paul fight is bringing more eyes to boxing. Y'all keep saying PBC broke, they going out of business. Y'all think they still finna go out of business now? When they about to put on a fight worth 100 to 200 million dollars, something Turkey could never do. He could never ever put on a fight of this magnitude. He got the Canelo Crawford fight that nobody's even talking about no more. Once this information dropped and broke the internet, that shit is an afterthought. It's an afterthought. So the things that the hardcore fans are talking about and what they want is not going to be good for boxing on the whole because casual fans don't care about no unifying. They don't care about no belts. That shit is confusing for hardcore fans to understand. So for sure, the casual fan base don't understand it. So I just wanted to give my 2 cents about that. Like the outrage is ridiculous. I can understand you feeling some type of way. Oh, I want him to do this. Oh, I want him to do that. But as much as y'all been promoting Turkey and getting a bag, y'all should be excited about this because he's going to get a bag and he's doing it
Mhm.
on his own without Turkey. That's my 2 cents.
And 2 cents before you go, was it Tank that his mantra was chasing greatness, and he had shirts that said chasing greatness, and then he changed it to chasing the bag, and he wore T-shirts that said chasing the bag? Was that door number one, Gervonta Tank Davis, or door number two, Shakur Stevenson?
That was Shakur Stevenson.
What when fighter number one wanted to fight Frank Martin, everybody was saying that's a 50-50 fight. I can't wait for it. I can't wait. That's going to be a great fight. I'm going to book my hotels and all this and stuff. And then when fighter number two went to fight that same fighter, the reaction was that's a cherry pick. He's a nobody, this and that. Now, fighter
They do
number
it. They
one,
do it to. Let me say this, Kamal. They do it to all his opponents. Like take the
exactly.
Lamont Roach fight. Tank fights Lamont Roach. Is nobody want to see it. He 130, and then now all of a sudden Lamont Roach got options. Oh, he gonna fight Shakur Stevenson next. How is Lamont Roach a good fight for Shakur Stevenson, y'all? Please tell me. So you're
He's your
telling me
leftover of leftovers.
before he fought Tank, he was coming up, he bringing up a small fighter, he doing all this, but now all of a sudden he got options, and y'all want him to fight Gary and Shakur, and they do that to every Tank opponent, and then they just overlook it. Like y'all don't see I was crunk about Devin fighting Ryan, but when Ryan fought Tank, it was an exhibition fight. Like the double standard, it's I don't get it. It's like it's like they under hypnosis or something. It,
It's
it just don't make sense.
mind-boggling.
Hypocrisy.
It's mind-boggling. Just the
Hypocrisy.
Frank Martin situation. 2 cents. The Frank Martin situation is a recent case study we have. They were so excited about Shakur versus Frank Martin. Shakur was giving Frank his flowers. Then when Shakur lowballed Frank and Top Rank sent that poison pill offer, and then Take fights Frank. Now Frank is a bum. He's a nobody. He's a prospect. He's just good because Errol Spence is associated with him. That's the reason no one's wanting to fight him. That's the reason why Tank is fighting just because of Errol. It's just to please Errol. So the narratives, the goalpost moving that guys like this Rodzilla Jones clown, this jabroni who's talking about me in the comment section. Apparently, newsflash: when I'm on the panel, I don't read the comment section. So if Anand told me you were talking about me, man, you exposed yourself as the emperor with no clothes. Fanon exposed you. So just the narrative and the goalpost moving guys on the Frank Martin fight alone, when he could have been on Shakur's resume if Shakur wasn't so greedy and sent him a poison pill offer and reneged on the money he was going to pay him. And then Frank, as a wise person, as a person who went through the ringer, who beat little Ali, Michelle Rivera, a doped up little Ali, Michelle Rivera, that's a better win than Shakur has. Period. A doped up little Ali Michelle Rivera. And he could have been on your resume if he didn't even ask for 50-50. But you lowballed him, and then he went and fought Tank. And then the narrative that Tank doesn't fight black fighters, and he's giving you like 3 or 4 straight fights with black fighters. Do the DNA test, the Ancestry.com DNA test. These people have African ancestry. What are your thoughts on those 2 cents? On those 2 points alone, 2 cents. The black fighter narrative that was proven false, and then the Frank Martin narrative.
I mean, the narratives they're always proven false, but they never want to admit it, and they just jump to something else. I mean, it is what it is. Listen, people entitled to their own opinion, right? I have no problem with people's opinion. I'm just giving mine. But what I be trying to point out is the hypocrisy. Like as soon as Tank does something, it's this and that. But as soon as enough, if Devin Haney, like Fanon said, was fighting Jake Paul, which I believe I heard Bill mentioning that, trying to get a fight with Jake Paul. I heard Ryan Garcia trying to get a fight with Jake Paul. All these people have been trying to get a fight with Jake Paul. But once Tank land a fight with Jake Paul, he's ruining American boxing because of one fight. So he's ruining American boxing, but not the fighters going and fighting in Saudi Arabia on the undercards. They not ruining American boxing. Like I don't understand the thought process of what's going on. You're telling me because he's not fighting for a belt or unifying, he's ruining the whole sport. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, not when you think about it that way. That's for sure. Hey, real quick,
Yeah.
G Bread Boy, thank you. Much love in that super chat. Thank you for the $20 holler, brother. And Isaiah YWD said, F that ad turkey. Yeah, I fucked that up. I shouldn't have said that. Much love. Thank you.
Yeah, we got to be careful of this Me Too society, this stuff. You know, now Turkey started, and we got Tracy Morgan cheerleaders in the NFL now. Tracy Morgan in The Longest Yard. Sorry, the character he had in The Longest Yard. I'm not saying dissing Tracy. I like Tracy, but his character in The Longest Yard is a cheerleader. We got those kind of cheerleaders in the NFL. I'll end with this, Fanon. You know, we live in a litigious society. We live in a society where people have tunnel vision. They don't have any concept of history. If you don't know, I'm a student of history, Fanon. If you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it. People are trying to make Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson and these guys to be the Marcus Garveys, the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s, the W.E.B. Du Bois, the Booker T's of this generation. And they are not, because this is not the struggle. When somebody like Shakur and Devin say they'll fight Jake Paul, they'll fight Logan Paul. When someone like Eddie Hearn is litigious and he's suing Jake Paul over something that Jake Paul said, and then Jake Paul is being rumored to fight Anthony Joshua, and Eddie Hearn says that's a great fight. And Eddie Hearn's obviously maneuvering the career of Anthony Joshua. And then Jake Paul does the Heisman arm, the stiff arm, and he says, psych, I got something bigger than Anthony Joshua, and that's Gervonta Tank Davis. You guys don't listen. You don't listen, and you misapply because you're not taught in schools the true history of Marcus Garvey and W.E.B. Du Bois, and you try to apply that to modern day prize fighters. All these guys that you're hyping up, they're all trying to chase the bag. They're not doing things for altruistic purposes. They all said they would fight Logan Paul or Jake Paul. Ryan himself said it. Ryan was sued by Logan Paul, and then he said he'd call for a fight with Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Ryan Garcia, Gervonta's victim, the guy who had Devin Haney tooting all over the ring. Bill Haney, for all the Haney-act channels out there that say Devin is the face of boxing, Bill Haney called Jake Paul the face of boxing. Meanwhile, just like I said earlier, with the fight that you guys said you wanted, the fight that you said that Errol was ducking and avoiding for years, the fight that you blamed and gaslit and tried to sully this man's reputation about Errol Spence, and he gave away the farm undeserving of Crawford, and you made memes about him when he clearly, you could see going into the arena, he clearly wasn't in any condition to fight, and he still went in there and fought. He still chased away a bigger payday against Canelo that he could have gotten. And he gave you the fight you want, and then you still blame him. You still castigate him. And the guy who got the undeserving farm from Errol, who was risk averse throughout his career, who's only been an underdog in one fight, and that's against Canelo. He hasn't had a fight where he's been an underdog, to my knowledge. Okay? To my knowledge. I'll add that. You want to blame Errol. So this is a big FU. This is a big FU. Eddie, you got those blue balls thinking you get Jake for Anthony Joshua. And Jake said, no, I got a bigger fight. I got the face of American boxing. I got the face of North American boxing in Tank Davis. This is a FU to Turkey. Turkey, you thought you could reconcile with Jake Paul and he was going to fight someone on one of your cards. And then Jake said, psych, I got something bigger. Just like all these other people that don't want to give anybody credit for anything. They didn't want to give Al Heyman credit for making the biggest fights in boxing. They didn't want to give Floyd credit. They don't want to give Tank credit. They say Tank is just a creation of Mayweather. Well, ultimately, if you're getting promoted, you have to perform, and Mayweather's performing. Tank is performing in the bright lights, unlike Devin Haney or Shakur has. And it doesn't matter if you win; it's about how the public reacts. That's free market economics. So I'll end with this. Jake Paul predicted this, Fadon. Jake Paul said, I'm going to, Canelo, you ducked me. That's what Jake Paul said. I'm not saying that I believe that. He said, you ducked me by pulling out last minute when we had an agreement to fight. And you're fighting Crawford, and he called Turkey a sports washing fool at that time. He said, I'm going to have events this year that are going to be bigger than yours. People are going to be talking about my events more than yours. Fast forward, Jake Paul is Noster freaking Damas because his fight with Chavez Jr., people are still talking about it in the aftermath because Chavez Jr., and I'm not saying I agree with it, but he's in a Mexican jail cell right now.
Is he?
He is.
Yep.
He,
Yeah, I
he
know.
was
I
the
know. I saw that shit. They had his ass stuck for man, he was stuck somewhere like 46 days and then stuck his ass right in a high security prison.
They did. And I'm not saying I agree with it. Salute to Chavez Jr. At least Trump got him a paycheck before he deported him. He got that Jake Paul paycheck. Because other countries I've been to, Fanon, if you do something's pending, they're not going to let you make millions and then deport you. So I hope that he doesn't, end up in prison permanently. I hope he gets that situation resolved. But people are still talking about Jake Paul and Chavez Jr. And you know what? In the ultimate slap in the face of corporate media that said that Tank was retired and that PBC was going out of business, they're going to be advertising on a fight that no one cares about in Crawford and Canelo for Jake Paul and Tank Davis, a fight that's a bigger event than the fight that no one cares about. They're going to
Yep.
have to, Canelo and Crawford are going to have to answer questions, or they're going to be asked questions about Jake versus Tank. So, is Jake Nostradamus or what? He had two events this year, and they both are bigger than what Canelo did. The Chavez Jr. fight was bigger than the Skull fight, and the Tank fight, the face of American boxing, the face of North American boxing, is a bigger event than Canelo Crawford. With that, I'm out. Deuces.
All right, man. Get back,
All right,
brother.
come on.
All
All
right,
right,
man. You got
man.
anything else? Otherwise, I'm gonna talk for a couple minutes and get up out of here, man.
We're gonna end it on. I'm gonna go ahead and end it on this. Right now, we are living in the age of who can create the biggest spectacle within sports. And right now, without a doubt, it's going to be this exhibition fight, right? And I'm going to go back and I want to touch on it because got to. Yeah, all right, Crawford and Canelo, they getting their bag. That's good. But look at the lengths they had to go to get that bag. You know what I mean? I'm like, all the speculations, this could be the biggest doped up fight, and all of the politics in the background, all of the shady shit. What that do is it shows the mirror. The mirror is pointing at boxing, and you see their faces with all of that negativity and craziness that goes on. That's what the problem with boxing is, what it has been. Too many backroom shady deals, too many sanctioning bodies taking payola in order to look the other way to put people ahead of people who deserve that shot. Too many people getting undercut in the sport. Too many people getting overpaid when they're not worth it, when they still B-side competitors. That's what the problem is. But then you got this little dude from around the way that came from nothing, that was just given a gift, and he builds himself up and get to where he go. You have a bunch of people that act like there's
Yes, sir.
nothing
Hey,
in
bro,
the
I gotta
world
roll
that
in a
he
couple
do
minutes.
that
I
could
gotta,
be right.
you gotta wrap it
But
up. We'll keep going in a couple minutes, sir.
yeah,
My bad. I
but
do. I got
hey,
something to do.
we just go ahead and end it on that. You know what I mean? And you go ahead and get your money. Get your money, Star. And keep
Yeah,
on
bro.
doing what you're going to do.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, David. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All
Hopefully.
right, man.
All right, brother.
All right. Peace.
Yes, sir. Bro, just me, dog. Look, you are overreacting. Okay. You're overreacting. Boxing, this is not the WWE. The WWE WWE is absolutely fake. If somebody goes to do an exhibition, exhibitions are not real. They're not real fights. Bro, said, bro, yeah. Facts, he can't be denied. Jake ain't interested in no Shakur or Devin. Nah. But look, man, I got to get up out of here, man. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm about to run up out of here. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Deuces. Ain't that the truth?